Denji is a lonely loser with nothing going for him. His useless father bailed on life and dumped a mountain of debt on him, leaving Denji to clean up and repay every dime his father owed to the mafia. Honestly, Denji should have dropped dead ages ago, but in his world, human fears turn into real monsters called devils. Some of them are actually chill, like his buddy Pochita, the chainsaw devil. Pochita helped him chop wood and slice up devils for spare cash. Everything falls apart when a mafia turns on Denji and kills him, but Pochita gives up his own life to bring Denji back and turn him into the Chainsaw Man so he can keep fighting and maybe one day live a life that isn't trash. The story starts with Denji finishing a job where he takes down the Tomato Devil. His mafia handler arrives to buy the corpse. The old jerk claims the Tomato Devil's parts will sell for a massive amount in the black market, which should be about 400,000 yen. Denji is happy for 5 seconds before the man deducts loan payments and random fees and leaves him with only 70,000 yen. After Denji pays a few bills and debts, he ends up with 1,800 yen, which is somehow his entire budget for the month. Back at the rundown shack they use as a home, Denji and Pochita split a single slice of bread for dinner. Denji talks about how regular people get to put jam or butter on bread, but that's a luxury he cannot touch. Then he thinks about how he will never get a girlfriend since he has no house to bring her to and no money for a date. He stares outside and says he wants to clap some cheeks at least once before he dies. The rain drags his mind back to the day everything changed. His father had just taken himself out to dodge the mafia. The old crook in charge told young Denji to bring 700,000 yen by the next morning to cover the monthly payment, or he'd be dead too. When Denji turned around, he saw a strange little devil shaped like a dog with a chainsaw sticking out of it. He thought his time was up and was ready to accept it after the day he had. But then he noticed the devil was hurt. After losing his dad, he couldn't stand watching something else die. So he offered the creature his blood so it could recover. The devil drank from his arm, and Denji told it that this was not a free snack. This was a pact. It was the devil's turn to help him live because he wanted a real future. The next morning, Denji killed a devil with Pochita's help, and that got him hired by the mafia as their pet devil hunter. When he comes back to the present, he suddenly coughs up blood and remembers his mom also died coughing the same way. Then someone knocks on the door. It's the mafia handler, saying he has a job for him. He takes Denji to a lonely warehouse far from the city, and Denji senses something is very wrong. The old man tells Denji he worked well as their obedient mutt, but he can't stand his horrible smell anymore. Before Denji can figure out the situation, one of the mafia guys stabs him and Pochita with a blade. As Denji falls, the old boss reveals that he made a deal with the devil too, to gain more power. A massive, disgusting devil appears with a crowd of zombies behind it. It explains that the mafia dumbass actually gave up their minds and became its slaves for the promise of power, not understanding that anyone making a deal with the zombie devil ends up turning into one too. The zombie devil orders its horde to tear Denji apart and dump him like trash because it hates devil hunters. Denji grabs Pochita and tries to escape, but the zombies come after him non-stop. They cut him down and stab him over and over. In the middle of the pain, he wonders why he can't even achieve his simple dream of having a normal life. Before long, his chopped body gets tossed into a dumpster. A drop of blood drips into Pochita's mouth and wakes the little devil one last time. He remembers Denji saying he would regret dying in the middle of a devil fight. Denji had told Pochita that if he died young, Pochita should take over his body and run away to live like a normal person. So Pochita uses all its power to piece Denji back together. Suddenly, Denji meets Pochita in a dream. Denji asks if Pochita managed to take his body. Pochita answers, saying he loved hearing about Denji's dreams. He explains that this is their new deal. He is giving Denji his devil heart. In exchange, Denji must chase his dreams and show Pochita what it looks like when he reaches them. Denji wakes up to find his body fully healed, and the cord that used to be on Pochita's tail is now attached to his chest. The zombies notice him, and the zombie devil orders them to finish him off properly. Denji gets angry because they keep blocking his dream. He yanks the cord just as the zombies leap onto him. They try to devour him, but then chainsaws burst out of his arms and head. The zombie devil is stunned. Denji slams into it and slices its eye with one brutal hit. The zombie devil screams and smacks him away with a giant tentacle. Even after smashing into a steel column and hitting the ground hard, Denji is completely fine. A huge zombie swings an iron rod at him, but it bounces off his helmet without leaving a scratch. He cuts through the zombies with ease. The zombie devil then hurls more minions at him to slow him down. Denji slices through them and charges straight at the zombie devil again, tearing apart any devil that stands in his way. He leaps up, shreds the devil's tentacle, and reaches its head. With his chainsaws, he digs in deep and slices the devil cleanly in half. But the zombies are still on their feet. Denji decides to finish them off too. He yanks the cord once more and begins hacking through them in a wild frenzy, yelling that he will finally be free from debt. By morning, a group of official devil hunters arrives at the warehouse. They find Denji standing among the pile of dead zombies. Maka, the leader, steps forward. She tells him he looks like a mix between a human and a devil. She asks if he killed all the zombies, and Denji just asks her to hold him as he starts to collapse. Maka hugs him, catching him as he falls. Suddenly, the chainsaws and the devil helmet disappear, returning Denji to his normal self. He stares, confused. Maka lays him on her lap and introduces herself as part of the Public Safety Bureau. She gives him a choice: become a devil she will kill, or become her pet, one she will feed well. Denji is too stunned to think straight. His only question is what he would get for breakfast. Maka answers, bread with butter and jam, plus coffee. Denji can't believe it. His dream of a normal life is finally starting. He climbs into the car with Maka and the others. With a soft smile, she tells him that from now on he is her pet dog. She warns that she only needs obedience, because a disobedient dog is useless. Denji is taken aback. He had thought Makima was kind, even a little pretty in a way that made him fall for her. But now she treats him like a literal pet. Thinking about dogs makes him remember Pochita, and he feels a pang of sadness. His stomach interrupts his thoughts with a loud rumble. Maka suggests they stop for breakfast. Denji protests that he has no money. She smiles and tells him it's on her, even giving him her coat to cover himself. Denji forgets everything else and melts for Makima again. They reach a small breakfast shack. Denji collapses from the blood loss he suffered while the chainsaws were active. Maka asks how he got into this state. Denji explains that his pet devil, Pochita, gave him its heart and powers. Maka is shocked, saying nothing like this has happened before. But her senses tell her Pochita is still alive inside him. Denji beams at the news, then faints again. When he wakes, he is back on Maka's lap. He hurriedly sits up, finding his breakfast waiting. When she asks if he can eat himself, he shakes his head, letting her feed him like a child. Denji then asks her if she likes a particular type of man. She answers that she prefers men like him. Denji is over the moon. Lost in thought, he follows Makima to the Devil Hunter headquarters, where he is given a uniform. She introduces him to a fellow hunter, Aki, his senior. Makima tells Denji that he will work with Aki. Denji throws a tantrum, saying he wants to work with her instead. She calmly tells him that if he performs well, he may be promoted to work with her. Aki is assigned to take care of Denji at his house. The next morning, Denji piles everything he can find on a bread and devours it, leaving a mess behind. He starts living the life he always wanted. Aki tries to contain him and eventually kicks him out. Soon, they get a mission to kill a fiend, a devil that has possessed a human. Denji asks if he's a fiend. Aki says no. Fiends are easy to spot because their heads look nothing like humans. They arrive at a room where a fiend is eating a bird. Aki tells Denji to transform and kill it. Denji finishes it quickly with an axe, claiming it is less painful this way. Aki presses his head to the window in frustration, explaining that he hates devils because one killed his whole family. He asks Denji if he wants to be friends with devils. Denji says yes, if the devil wants to be his friend, because he has no other friends. Aki leaves. Denji starts picking up adult magazines from the floor. He didn't kill the fiend with his chainsaw powers because he didn't want blood on the magazines. He thinks about how he is finally living the life he dreamed of, but he feels something is missing. He realizes he lacks an ambition that drives people forward. His mind drifts again to Makima. Denji suddenly decides that his immediate goal in life is to touch a girl's chest. He can't stop thinking about it, even as they reach Makima's office. She tells him that today he will get a partner. She calls in a fiend named Power. Makima explains that Power, though a fiend, is reasonably stable, so she has been placed in Aki's unit as part of an experiment. Denji and Power start patrolling the city from the rooftops. Denji quickly notices that Power is loud, vain, and extremely annoying. She demands he find something to kill because she's thirsty for blood. Denji decides to ignore all her flaws, hoping he can get close to her later. They rest for a while when nothing shows up, and Power claims it must be because she's too powerful for small fried devils to appear. Denji is frustrated. Suddenly, Power smells blood and dashes ahead. She finds a sea cucumber devil on the road and immediately attacks it, creating a hammer from her blood and smashing it in one hit. Denji just watches, completely shocked. Cleanup begins. Makima shows up to scold them, explaining that a civilian hunter had already been assigned the job, and they interfered. She comments that maybe Power isn't suited for devil hunting yet. Power quickly blames Denji, claiming he ordered her to do it. Denji calls her a liar, and they start fighting. Makima commands him to stop, and Power freezes. Later, Denji orders a drink from a vending machine while Power plays with a stray cat. She explains that she gets along only with cats. Before becoming a fiend, She was a powerful devil and hated humans instinctively. Now she hates devils too, because one kidnapped her pet cat, Meow. She says she'll do anything to get Meow back, even work with the humans she despises. Denji admits he can't understand devotion to a cat, but he would understand if it were for a dog or a girl. Power asks Denji if he will help rescue Meow if she promises to let him touch her. Denji immediately gets fired up, promising to kill the devil that took the cat. They get a leave approved for the mission. Power warns that if she goes near the devil, it will use the cat as a shield, so Denji must fight. They arrive in the countryside, and Power points to the house where the devil is hiding. As they approach, Denji asks if the cat will be used as a hostage. Power suddenly stops, and Denji realizes he's been tricked. He tries to attack her, but she is too fast. She knocks him out with a blood hammer, drags him inside, and hands him over to a bat devil she has a deal with. The bat devil picks Denji up, noticing the injury on his arm from devil hunters. It drinks Denji's blood to heal itself. The blood tastes terrible, but regenerates the bat devil instantly. It drops Denji and perches on the roof, planning to eat more humans to cleanse the taste. Denji glares at Power and realizes he shouldn't have trusted her. Power pleads with the bat devil to return her cat, as per their deal. The devil shows her Meow, but then punishes her for bringing bad-tasting blood. He swallows the cat along with its cage. Power is heartbroken. She recalls finding Meow in the forest when she first became a fiend. The tiny, fragile cat wasn't afraid of her, so she kept it and grew attached. One day, the bat devil stole Meow, demanding human blood in exchange. Seeing him eat her cat breaks Power's heart. She gives Denji a sad look just before the bat devil grabs her and swallows her whole. He flies toward the city to feed on more humans. Denji latches onto the bat devil. It grabs him, intending to crush him, but Denji pulls the cord. He thinks about losing Pochita and imagines Power feeling the same grief over Meow. A chainsaw bursts from his head, and he slices off the bat devil's arm. They crash onto a building. Denji shouts to a terrified office girl to run before the devil can eat her. He charges the bat devil, pushing it to the street while warning other humans to escape. The bat devil throws a car with a human inside at Denji. He instinctively retracts his armed chainsaws, catches the car, and hurls it back. The man inside jumps out just in time, and the car hits the bat devil, exploding and setting it on fire. Furious, the devil uses a massive sonic attack, destroying a building. Thinking Denji is dead, it attempts to eat the human to restore its strength. But Denji is far from finished. He pulls the cord, revs his chainsaws, and yells that he has survived worse and will not die until he gets a girlfriend. Terrified, the bat devil drops the human and throws a rock to stop Denji. Denji slashes the rock in half and charges, cutting off a second arm. He smashes the devil against a building, slashing its stomach until its insides spill out. Power awakens in Denji's arms, clutching Meow's cage. She asks why he saved her when she tried to kill him. She calls him an idiot, then promises that she will honor her deal and let him touch her. Denji is thrilled, shouting and celebrating like a lunatic when suddenly his arm gets sliced off. A massive worm-like devil grabs the severed arm and eats it right in front of him. He turns to Power for help, but she says she can't move and tells him to take Meow and run. Denji refuses. He wants to fight. He pulls the cord, but only a tiny chainsaw pops out of his head because he's lost too much blood. He approaches the worm devil, who tells him that the bat devil was her boyfriend and she's angry. She almost kills him, but decides to let him live because he looks cute, though she plans to kill the girl and the cat. Denji steals himself. He can't let his reward be stolen. The worm devil attacks. Denji dodges tentacles and jumps around, but she grabs him and slams him into a building. He keeps running, searching for an opening, and lands a punch, but she flings him away again. She mocks him, saying her boyfriend would never lose to someone so weak. Denji shouts back that he won't die before getting his hands on some melons. The insult hits a nerve. Everyone calls his dream pathetic, and he rushes at her in anger. He climbs onto the devil, using the tiny chainsaw on his head to slash her. He yells that his dream is just as important as someone's revenge or family protection. He tells her that if she loses to him, her dream of eating humans is nothing compared to his dream of being naughty with a girl. The worm devil attacks again, but Denji dodges and uses the bat devil's intestines to tie her feet and bring her down. He injures her, but she slaps him with her tentacle arms. Denji is about to collapse, but pushes himself to get up. He hides under the mess and attacks from behind, grabbing her hair and stabbing her with his chainsaw. She pierces him with her tongue and is about to eat him when suddenly Aki arrives. Aki makes a fox gesture with his hand, and the fox devil he contracted with appears. It bites off the worm devil's head, saving Denji. The fox swallows the head and disappears as the rest of the squad arrives. Iki tells the newcomers to evacuate civilians, while he and Hyemno watch for remaining devils. Aki takes Denji to the hospital. Denji wakes up fully healed. Even his severed arm is reattached after a blood transfusion. Aki peels apples for him and jokes that Denji is really like a devil. Denji explains he's friends with a devil. Aki calls him an ignorant fool and clarifies that devil hunters make contracts with devils to use their powers. Aki has a deal with the fox devil, who consumes part of his body every time he calls for help. This time, he gave her some of his skin. Aki asks what power did, but Denji refuses to tell, insisting she's a good person and that he should ignore the blood he left outside the Bat Devil's house. Aki accuses him of siding with devils again, but sees that the people Denji saved were grateful to the Chainsaw Devil. He senses hope and decides not to investigate further or report anything bad, on one condition. Denji must follow his instructions because Aki has no morals and no clue how the world works. Denji agrees. He may not have a grand ambition, but he's serious about his cheap dream, so he will cooperate. Later, Aki releases power from her cuffs at her request, proving she is not guilty. He explains that devil hunters use devils and friends strategically, but it doesn't mean they are friends. Aki then reports the incident to Makima, fabricating a story to protect Denji and power. Makima accepts it, noting that Aki has become more relaxed since living with Denji. The next day, Aki wakes early to do all the chores while Denji freeloads. As Aki prepares lunch, someone violently knocks on the door. When they don't answer, the visitor breaks in. It's Power and Meow, who will now live with them. Aki complains to Makima, but she insists that only he can control Denji and Power, so he takes the responsibility. Living with Power proves more troublesome than Denji. She refuses to eat vegetables, flush the toilet, or bathe. It brings Denji and Aki closer as a team. Later, as Denji cleans the toilet, Power tells him it's time to collect the reward he was promised. Denji's heart races as she sits on the seat, explaining he gets only 3 squeezes for saving her and Meow. He's out of commission the entire day. The next day, Makima notices him distracted during paperwork and asks what's wrong. Denji admits that his dream of touching a girl turned out disgusting rather than exciting. Seizing the moment, Makima grabs his hand, teasing him and explaining that the closer he is to someone, the better those naughty feelings feel. She holds his hand, caresses her face, and bites his finger, giving Denji sensations he can't even describe. As Maka makes him touch her chest, Denji completely loses it and falls off his chair. Maka leans close to his lips and asks if he would do something for her. Denji says he'll do anything she asks. Maka sits back and explains his mission. He must defeat the Gun Devil for her. She reveals that the Gun Devil first appeared 13 years ago in the USA, but no one knows where it is now. Maka says it's the strongest devil any hunter dreams of killing and claims that Denji might be the only one who can do it. Denji is ecstatic and can't believe it. Makima explains her promise is only because the Gun Devil is unbelievably strong. She teaches Denji that devils are born from human fears. The more people fear something, the stronger the devil becomes. Years ago, gun sales exploded as people bought them to fight devils. But gun violence skyrocketed, and the media showed it all, causing mass panic and fear. The final trigger was a terrorist attack in America. The same day, the Gun Devil first appeared. Makima also tells Denji about Aki's tragic past. His family lived in a cold northern region. One day, while his parents spent time with his sickly younger brother, Aki wanted his dad to come play with him. His dad told him to play by himself, which irritated little Aki. But his brother wanted to play, so he went outside anyway. Aki tried to shoo him away with a snowball, and instead, they started a playful snowball fight. Later, Aki sent his brother home to get his glove so they could play catch, but suddenly, a fast-moving object struck the house with immense force, leveling it completely and killing Aki's entire family. Makima tells Denji that on that day, the Gun Devil killed 1.2 million people in just 5 minutes and then vanished. The event caused worldwide panic and strengthened the devils even more. She asks Denji if he can kill something that strong. He says that if he takes it seriously, it will be easy. Maka explains that the first step is finding the Gun Devil. She produces a small box of bullets stuck together, fragments of the Gun Devil's flesh. The fragments attract each other, and if they form a large enough cluster, it will point them to the Gun Devil. She also notes that any devil who eats a fragment becomes stronger. Soon, Aki and his team investigate a hotel possessed by a devil. Aki carries a fragment of the Gun Devil, which reacts to the devil inside the hotel, confirming that their target has consumed part of it as well. Denji and Power act carefree, while Aki keeps them in check by offering chewing gum. He scolds them constantly, but Haimno tells him to relax. Haimno then announces a reward. Whoever kills the devil first will get a kiss on the cheek. Denji initially panics, but quickly snaps out of it, thinking about Makima. He decides that his first kiss will be for her, and that he'll do anything to earn it. Haimno ups the stakes, promising a tongue kiss for the Devil Slayer. Denji and the others begin competing for the prize, including Power and a timid girl named Kabne. Himeno asks Aki what he thinks of the new recruits. He says they will either die within a year or quit. She simply tells him not to die on her, which brings back memories of their first meeting. Himeno stood at the grave of her old partner when her teacher brought young Aki to her, telling him that he would be her new partner. She warned him that all her previous partners died because they were too weak and inexperienced, and she begged him not to die on her. Back in the present, a door in front of the group opens, and a small devil, just a floating head with two hands, leaps at them. Himeno stops at midair using her power, and Power slashes it. Power says the devil froze from fear, but Himeno corrects her. It was because of her. She explains that she has a contract with the ghost devil, which lets her use its right arm in exchange for sacrificing her right eye. As they climb the stairs to hunt the devil, Aki notices the same bloodstain from the devil they just killed. He realizes that they climbed from the 8th floor, but somehow ended up back on it. Testing the theory, he rushes downstairs only to return to the same floor from the stairs. Everyone is confused, joking that they've wandered into a Christopher Nolan movie. Himeno confirms the effect by sending Kabne downstairs. Kabne returns on the 8th floor, proving that the devil controls the space. Aki uses Kabne as a marker to track movement through rooms and windows, and Denji notices the same looping effect. They realize they cannot leave the 8th floor. Everyone gathers in a room to plan. Aki finds that the gun devil fragments are no longer reacting. Himeno concludes that the devil they are facing is clever. Kabne begins shivering, worrying they will starve. She explains that she became a devil hunter because her parents forced her to work and pay for her brother's education. Her only options were being a devil hunter or an online content creator. She cries, regretting her choices, while Power laughs at her exaggerated expressions. Himeno tries to console Kabne. Aki spots that all the clocks on the floor are stuck at 8:18. He reasons that the devil froze time on this floor, meaning no other devil hunter can enter to help. Denji cheers. He can finally sleep in without worrying about the time, while Aki is dumbfounded. Himeno wakes Denji. He asks if they're out yet. She says Aki is still hunting the devil, and Kabne is holed up in a room panicking about running out of water, even trying to drink from the toilet. So Himeno knocks her out. Power remains cheerful, which is a relief. Himeno lights her last cigarette, revealing it's the same brand Aki smokes, proudly saying she introduced him to it. She tells him devil hunters die young anyway, so he should try it. Aki initially refuses, but is quietly relieved, remembering how Himeno's past partners all died. Himeno recounts an earlier story. Aki once saw a woman slap her in a market. She explained that the woman was the girlfriend of a former partner, venting anger at Himeno. Aki put chewing gum in the woman's hair, making Himeno laugh, and they went out for dinner. She reminds Aki of her teacher's advice. Devils fear not the strongest or bravest hunters, but the craziest ones. She told him he would survive, which he thought was sarcasm. She offered him another cigarette, telling him to try it for her. He said it would be his first and last, but it wasn't. Back to the present, Aki asks Himeno for a cigarette. She has only one left, so he takes it and smokes it, causing Denji to freak out about an indirect kiss. Aki tells him to shut up while delivering bad news. The devil they killed earlier is growing bigger and more twisted. Its form is like a tumor with vague human faces. The devil offers the hunters a contract. If they let it eat Denji, it will let everyone else go unharmed. Kabne emerges from her room, trembling but holding a knife, telling Denji to get eaten. Aki kicks the knife away, and Himeno knocks Kabne out. She instructs Aki to call the fox devil to attack, but the isolated space prevents it. Himeno tries to rip the devil apart with her ghost arm, but the devil grows larger after taking damage. It laughs, claiming this isn't its real body, and its heart isn't even on the 8th floor. The hunters realize they are trapped inside its belly, and the only way out is to accept the contract. Denji doesn't buy the idea that the devil will actually release anyone even if it eats him. But Himeno explains that when a devil forms a contract with a human, it must keep its promise as long as the human meets their end of the deal. Arai steps out of the room, pushing for Denji to be sacrificed, but Aki refuses because he's sure the devil has a deeper reason for demanding Denji specifically. Himeno agrees with him, while Power is totally fine with sacrificing Denji because she needs to go home and feed Meowie. In the end, they settle on not killing Denji, and everyone waits in the hallway while the creature keeps getting bigger and sliding closer. Himeno asks Aki if he even has a real plan, and he says that if things get desperate, he'll use his sword. Himeno immediately shuts that down and warns Denji that she'll kill him herself before she lets Aki use that blade. Meanwhile, Power eats every bit of food they have left, which makes Arai blow up at her. As he's yelling, Kobini bursts out holding a knife. She's fully gone at this point and blames Power for trapping them in here. Arai tries calming her down, but Kobini flips out and accuses him of siding with devils, then tries to stab him, making him panic even harder. Their fear pumps the devil full of strength, and it swells even faster. Aki and the others run for it, as the devil laughs, telling them to keep trembling because it is the Eternity Devil. The floor suddenly tilts and warps as the hotel's shape bends around them, and a huge pit rips open in the center where the Eternity Devil spreads a massive mouth ready to swallow Denji. Arai and Kobeni instantly go back to yelling for Denji to be sacrificed, but Aki decides he'll use the sword instead. Hamno refuses and grabs him with her ghost arm, saying that if Aki uses that sword they'll escape, but he'll lose a huge part of his lifespan, and she won't allow it. At that moment Arai tackles Denji, and Kobeni lunges with her knife, but Aki jumps between them and gets stabbed instead. Everyone freezes, and as Aki forces himself up, he says that even though Denji is the worst guy he's ever met, he still respects his guts and needs partners like him to help him kill the gun devil. Hamno panics seeing Aki injured, not knowing what to do next. Kobeni screams that this is all Denji's fault, and if he gets eaten, everything will be fixed. Denji is sick of everyone losing their minds, so he chooses to jump into the devil's mouth, but he's not planning to die quietly. He already noticed that the Eternity Devil fears his chainsaw and feels real pain, so he plans to slice it apart from the inside until the thing can't take the agony anymore. And if he does win, he tells Hamno not to forget the kiss she promised him. He tells Aki he didn't need saving since he's tired of owing anyone anything, and if they get out of here alive, they'll call even. Then he yanks the cord and leaps straight into the Eternity Devil's mouth. The devil gulps him down and grins, but Denji instantly rips open its jaws as he bursts out in full Chainsaw Man form. He keeps shredding the Eternity Devil, who attacks non-stop, even while screaming in pain. The devil tells him he'll never find its heart here and can't kill it, and that it used to be far stronger in the past. The others watch in disgust as the fight becomes a messy bloodbath. But Power notices Denji is losing too much blood, and at this pace he'll weaken enough for his chainsaws to retract. The many mouths inside the Eternity Devil start biting him, draining what little he has left. So Denji just bites into the devil's flesh himself to refuel. Then he keeps carving into the Eternity Devil again, saying the devil's blood tastes like filthy sewer water, but the pain on its face tastes like sweet strawberry jam. Hamno realizes she has never seen anyone crazier than Denji. Her teacher once told her that devils fear unhinged devil hunters the most because they're impossible to scare. They're impossible to understand too, and devils fear anything they can't understand, just like humans do. Her master once told her that neither she nor Aki were cut out to be crazy. Even though they had the lofty goal of killing the gun devil, he warned her to train Aki hard because, at the rate he was progressing, he would soon gather enough fragments to track down the gun devil. And that was something her master wanted to avoid at all costs. So she suggested to Aki that they should both go private. They wouldn't need to chase the gun devil, they'd make decent money, and they would finally have time for themselves. But Aki rejected it, saying he would never go private since the only place with access to the gun devil's flesh was the Public Safety Bureau. Hamno knew that if Aki ever fought the gun devil, he would definitely die because he lacked that crazy spark. But watching Denji tearing into the Eternity Devil now, she thinks that if anyone is insane enough to beat the gun devil, it's him. Denji suddenly collapses from the Eternity Devil's attacks, and Hamno rushes over to yank his cord, reactivating his chainsaws. Denji laughs and says he'll keep slicing the Eternity Devil apart and drinking its blood to restore his energy. To him, this is the closest humanity will ever get to a perpetual motion machine. He keeps ripping into the devil without stopping, even while the others lose strength from hunger and retreat to the beds to recover. Hamno stays awake, watching over him, and she is the one who witnesses the end of the fight after 3 full days of non-stop battle. She returns to the room exhausted and curls up beside Aki, telling him they should rest now because everything is finally over. Below them, the Eternity Devil breaks down from the endless agony and offers his heart so Denji can kill him and end it. Denji finishes him off instantly, and with that, the group is freed from the hotel. Denji is relieved they made it out alive and even recovered a piece of the gun devil's flesh, but then he suddenly collapses. Hamno supports him and lifts him on her back to take him to the hospital, while Power helps carry Aki. A couple days later, Aki has healed and just completed another mission with Hamno. She suggests they throw a party for the new recruits because Arai and Kobeni feel guilty for wanting to kill Denji earlier. They're even thinking of quitting the bureau over it, and she figures a relaxed party might help the team bond better. Aki knows Hamno mostly just wants an excuse to drink, but he agrees, though he insists it must be this week because Makima will be out of town next week, and he wants her to be there. Hamno remarks that Makima has stayed in their city longer than usual lately, probably because of Denji, and now she's curious what Makima really knows about the Chainsaw Devil's abilities. They host a party a couple days later, and the whole squad attends. Denji is barely literate, so he can't even read the menu, but he doesn't care. He's focused entirely on the promised kiss. He asks Hamno about it, and she tells him she needs to get a bit drunk first, and also asks him to forgive everyone for trying to kill him. Just then a senior tells Denji to introduce himself properly. But Aki warns him not to reveal anything about his contract devil to people he doesn't fully trust. Denji stands and says he's 16 and his hobbies are eating and sleeping. Arai introduces himself stiffly and says he has a contract with a fox devil, just like Aki. Kobini introduces herself too, but keeps her contracted devil a secret. They learn that one member of their squad died just yesterday, and Hymno loudly prays for his soul because she's already wasted. A senior warns Denji to be careful around Hymno when she's drunk because she kisses everyone. Denji is thrilled since that's exactly what he wants. When he mentions that it'll be his first kiss, Makima arrives and asks what he's talking about. Denji panics and plays it off as nothing. But when Hymno asks whether he doesn't want to kiss, he folds instantly. He's torn between not kissing another woman in front of Makima, who looks mildly jealous, and not missing out on a French kiss. He tries to distract everyone by talking about the devils who've eaten gun devil flesh. Aki asks Makima if she knows anything about the chainsaw devil that she isn't telling them. She replies that she'll only reveal the secret if he can outdrink her. Aki accepts the challenge, and Hymno jumps in as well. Makima ends up outdrinking both of them, and the rest of the group keeps partying. Suddenly, Hymno leans in close and kisses Denji while Makima watches them sharply. Denji feels like he's floating in heaven, until he notices something strange sliding into his mouth. He realizes it's Hymno's vomit. While he's horrified, the seniors laugh because they knew this would happen. Denji can't help but swallow it, and moments later he's puking in the bathroom. Arai helps him while telling Denji he's jealous of him, claiming he doesn't have the talent to be a devil hunter. Denji asks how he can be jealous of someone whose first kiss tasted like vomit, and then goes back to puking. The party ends, and everyone goes outside, but Makima can't find Denji anywhere. Someone tells her that he passed out, and Hymno carried him home. Denji later wakes up in Hymno's room, desperately thirsty, when she walks in and feeds him alcohol through a kiss. She's too drunk to know she brought him there, and Denji gets dizzy from the alcohol as Hymno leans close and tells him she noticed he likes Makima. She tells him to stop chasing that awful woman, and even says Aki should stop looking up to Maka. Then out of nowhere she flops down beside Denji and starts touching his lips, asking if he wants to hook up. Denji turns red instantly,